friends! Hey, girlfriends! What is up? I'm not sure who's online right now, but I'm gonna see if we can get some curl friends to come in from Instagram. So, like, literally, I'm like right here trying to see who's down to join Curl Chat Thursday. So sad, y'all. There's Curl Chat Wednesday is now turning into Curl Chat whichever day I could join, which, you know what? October's around the corner, so I like to think that that's going to change soon, hopefully, but you never know. So who's on? I don't think anyone's on just yet. We shall see, though. We shall see. If you are on and you can see, let me know in the comment box who's here, because I can see someone's here, but I can't see who it is, because we're about to talk about 3 major ways to use protective styles to grow your fine natural hair. So literally, I'm just bringing in some curl friends from Instagram, and then we're going to start the show. So I'm going to talk about exactly which protective styles grew out my fine natural hair the most, and then we're going to play some games, get to know you natural hair games, because I mean, why not? Anybody who's fresh to fine natural hair rocks, I usually come on YouTube every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But things have been kind of hectic lately, and so I haven't been able to do that. But I'm still here 2 times per week, and then we're going to ramp back up to 3 times per week as soon as we possibly can. Hi, Jazzy! What's up, girlfriend? How you doing? How are you? I feel like it's been long. Were you here last week? I think you were. I'm not sure. How is it going, though? Yeah, so sorry. There was like some backdrop sound going on, but it's gone now. So yeah, guys, I was gonna wait. How long do you think I should wait? Jazzy, how's your week going, by the way? What is new with you? How's your Thursday? Are you excited for Friday? Because literally tomorrow, although that game doesn't change, like, I feel like there's a whole bunch of new things that you need to be doing with it. And so yeah. Jazzy says, I'm good, and you are starting to buffer. Oh, that's so strange. Tell me if it's still buffering. I hope it's not. I don't know what is going on. I really hope it's not buffering anymore, though. But yeah, like, I guess I'll just keep talking through it, and hopefully it will stop. But essentially, you want to be using wigs because you literally cover everything up. So like right now, I'm actually rocking a wig and I just have a headband on it because there's this whole headband craze going on right now, which I love because it's so easy. Like you literally put your half wig on, or if you got coin to drop like that, you can buy one of the headband wigs that are like a natural hair. It comes for, I think, like $200, $100 US. It's like natural hair fibers, and it comes with the band attached. I don't feel like dropping that much on it. I've got tons of half wigs that I could just throw a regular barrette on it for like $1 if I really want to change it up, or just find a barrette that I have here that I'm just never using, and done deal. So tip number 1, first thing is protective styling your hair with wigs. The second super duper easy way you can protective style your hair is if your hair is long enough to do it, you can just literally slick it back into like a bun. Now, you got to be careful with that because you don't want to be slicking your hair back into a bun and then causing breakage accidentally, or, you know, causing, like, putting it in the same spot all the time. So like if it's always here or it's always in the back at the same spot, like that's not good, right? So you really want to like switch it up. The third thing that I would say is really amazing for fine natural hair growth is twists. Now, I don't necessarily like twists. I'm trying to like it. It's so tough. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just, it hasn't necessarily caught on for me personally. And I know a lot of fine naturals have the same issue because the twists just don't look thick. Let me know in the comments if you're here. Hi, PSR076. Let me know in the comment box if you also have issues with your twist looking thick. So over time, it will thicken up because natural hair strengthens, or sorry, it thickens. And so the longer it gets and the more shrinkage you have, that will give your twist the appearance of being plush. But if you've got like, you know, shorter fine natural hair like myself, right now I'm at a very awkward length where it's like, it's kind of like armpit length, but not really. So the twists still kind of have like that scalpy looking, that kind of like thin stringy look to it. So for that reason, You may not like how that looks, but they look kind of cute when you pull them back in like a bun, right? PSR 076 says, yeah, the twists look thin. They do. They really, really do. So to combat that, I would definitely say to like, you could add extensions, I guess, but you wouldn't necessarily get the same protective style element out of it as opposed to if you had just like used your natural hair. Right? So those are my 3 tips. Patricia, I think you jumped in. I'm not sure. Let me know if I'm wrong, but like I think you jumped in the middle. So the top 3 tips was 1, wigs, and there's a plethora of different types of wigs. I actually posted on my Instagram feed earlier today some wigs that I got today, and I think I tried on 1 or 2 of them. The second tip is to wear buns on your natural hair. Buns are like life, especially if you're moving it around. And then of course, the third tip is to wear twists. Hi, love yourself. What is up, Curlfriend? Thank you so much for joining for Curl Chat Wednesday turn Thursday. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for rocking with me still during these kind of like turbulent times in the sense of like programming and scheduling. We are every week, the goal is to hit Curl Chat Wednesday. However, the weeks have just been so crazy that sometimes it has to be pushed. So thank God today, Curl Chat Wednesday turns into Curl Chat Thursday and not Curl Chat Saturday like last week, because that was insane. I'm really hoping that that never ever happens again. Let's jump into the games, okay? Or the natural hair fun. So, question number 1. Do you think your natural hair can prevent you from getting a job? What do you think? I'm going to give you guys some time to think on that. So do you think your natural hair can prevent you from getting a job? What do you think? Let me know in the comment box, in the Curl Chat section, rather. Let me know, because I want to know your take on this. My take on it is that, Love Yourself says yes. Yeah, you know what? Like, my take on it is, depending on how your natural hair is styled, I think it can, but I think there are instances where it doesn't have to. So, like, if you've got your hair in like, like if it's like slicked back and, or if it's not long enough to be slicked back, it's neat. That shouldn't be a problem, but I feel like people make snap decisions about fine natural hair, or not fine natural hair, but natural hair, period. They make snap decisions. I think that our society is changing, but I also think that it's not changing fast enough. So PSR 076 said, oh, Kamira Jules, hi, Kamira. How's it going, Curlfriend? Thank you so much for coming through tonight for Curl Chat Wednesday turn Thursday. We were just talking about some games. Well, it's not really games, I guess. It's more like thought-provoking questions surrounding natural hair. So the question right now is whether natural hair has the potential to prevent one from getting a job. I actually read an article earlier today that was talking about this, and it was saying how like women who show up for the interview with their natural hair, sometimes they're less likely to get that job as opposed to like somebody who shows up with like straight hair. And the way I feel about that, I feel like it's true. I feel like if you were trying to get a job, sadly, we're still at the stage where like those things matter. And I mean, people like to say like it's 2020 and like, things have changed. Some people anyways. I haven't heard much of that lately, given like, the news of Breonna Taylor, may she rest in peace, the news of like various individuals who just keep on experiencing really terrible life outcomes because of being Black. But nonetheless, there are still some people who think that like you could work your way hard enough to not suffer from those snap judgments. I don't think we're there. I really don't think we're there. Jazzy says yes, because I'm not comfortable wearing my natural hair. Thank you for being so vulnerable, Jazzy. I think that that's really brave of you to say. I personally, I think I might have done one interview with my natural hair, and I got it. I did get the job, but it was for the African Canadian Legal Clinic. So, I mean, I was working for somebody who was another Black woman, and she was very much against wigs. She was very much against weaves. And yeah, I was able to get the job without the weave. Actually, I think I did have a weave for that, or a wig. You know what? I don't think I've ever done a job with my a job interview with my natural hair. Never. Wow. Okay, so yeah, one would think theoretically it's not a big deal, but clearly on a subconscious level, like I'm feeling it. I do think the hairstyle makes a difference. Love yourself. It shouldn't, but my sister manager told her she couldn't wear a fro. I had to cut my son's hair before he started school because it was too long in cornrows. Shaking my head, if only I could go back in time. Wow. So love yourself. Is your sister's manager a black woman or a white woman? Because a lot of the times, and your son's school, was he told that his hair was too long in cornrows from a black woman, or sorry, or black person, a person who was black or a person who was not black? That's what I want to know, because a lot of the times these kind of not stereotypes, but these kind of realities that are in our community, they're placed onto us by us. So you see it in the Caribbean, you see it in like black populations, black communities, where people feel like they're forced into a certain aesthetic by people who look just like them. And it's just like, well, why are you doing that to me? Like, you have hair that grows as an afro too. Like, if we all come together and bind, it doesn't necessarily have to be that way, right? Kamira Jules, I agree. Hairstyle does affect how we are treated in interviews, jobs, etc. I agree too, which is why for a long part of my career, I would attend an interview with my hair in either a wig or some type of a straightened state. And then, you know, once I get the job, then boom, bust out with the afro. But because I'm already in, like, what are you gonna do? Get rid of me now? Like, no, like now, you know, Employment Standards Act applies. And yes, love yourself. I'm very sorry to hear that. That's very upsetting. And had that have happened in Canada, I do believe that, yeah, in both instances, that's a human rights tribunal matter. Like, you can't do that. You just can't do that. Okay. Love yourself, white women. It was a private school with a white principal, but then school started, white boys had hair down their back too. Yeah, see, here in Canada, if that had happened and you had come to me and you wanted my services as a human rights lawyer, we would be making a lot of money off of that, because that's a claim. That's preferential, differential treatment, and you can't do it. Like, it's just, it's not legal to discriminate against people like that. Chimera says, it's so sad that we cannot be appreciated the way we naturally are. Absolutely. It is extremely sad that we have to change our aesthetics just to move up in life. Like, it shouldn't be that way. It just shouldn't. And yet it is. And I don't know if we're going to reach a point, at least in my lifetime, or our lifetime rather, where that's going to change, because these attitudes are embedded as implicit bias, right? Like, implicit bias is essentially something that you rely on a subconscious level, and you don't realize that you're making certain decisions because it's so ingrained. And like, it's not just people who are non-black, it's also people who are like black as well too. Like, it's everybody. We all have implicit biases, and just by virtue of being a part of this like Eurocentric society, we are all kind of like operating in that space. Let's see, PSR 076. Yeah, hold on, sorry. PSR 076. Yes, in the Caribbean, older generation, there is still stigma and not widely accepted the natural state of our hair unless it's silky. Absolutely. The Caribbean is notorious for that. And not only is the Caribbean notorious for like texturism, I don't think texturism is a word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when people favor a certain texture over others. So like, if your hair is silky, if your hair is looser, if your hair is like more of like a mixed heritage type texture, like those type 3 curls, those tend to be celebrated and loved and enjoyed right alongside lighter skins, lighter complexions, all of that stuff. So yeah, the Caribbean is huge for colorism, and it is huge for texturism as well too. Shout outs to everybody who's in the chat right now. My name is Lavinia Latham. You are on Fine Natural Hair Rocks. Thank you so much for joining. This is Curl Chat Wednesday, turn Curl Chat Thursday. But we are usually here on Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I post videos usually 3 times per week, but because I work as a human rights advisor in the educational system, I'm only able to come on 2 times per week, but we will quickly go back to 3 times per week shortly. Right now, we're just talking about natural hair, talking about whether or not having natural hair will prevent you from getting a job. So yeah, that's the quick rundown if you're just joining the live right now. Okay, so let's see. Love yourself. My son's hair was almost tailbone. You know what, love yourself? It really shouldn't matter though. Like whether your son's hair was tailbone, which is gorgeous. That sounds like beautiful natural hair. I wish my hair was tailbone. But anyways, whether his hair is tailbone or neck bone or mid back length, whatever, that is not cool. Like, and I know that you were pissed because I feel it. Like, I totally feel that you were upset. She said, "Love yourself says it seems like it's going to get worse. I donated his points to cancer patients." Oh, that's really, really sweet. At least you were able to find a positive thread of light in that situation, right? Like, that's really, really nice. But I'm really sorry it had to get to that. It should have never gotten to that stage at all. Come here, Jules. Oh, love yourself. Yeah, that is good. Like, you see, your curl chat, the curlfriends are here for you, love yourself. Like, I'm really, really sorry he had to go through that. Like, that must have been beautiful. Tailbone length cornrows? What? I don't think I've ever seen that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, question number 2. Did you immediately feel beautiful with your natural hair? So I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I did not. I was one of those people who definitely at the beginning of my natural hair journey, I kind of fell into like what I wanted it to be. So when I first went natural, I stopped perming my hair. I thought that it would be a scenario where I would have like a looser textured curl. And for some time, that's what I wanted. And I spent a lot of time like trying to do things to make it what it wasn't going to be. And so I think that's like symptomatic of like the world that we live in. But for me personally, I did not feel beautiful with my natural hair. Now, yeah, of course. Like the only reason I don't wear it out more often is because I'm really trying to attain more and more and more length. That is the goal. And I do like to change my hair often as well too. But pretty much that's the reason why. I mean, those wigs, those protective styles that I mentioned at the beginning. So for those of you who are just joining, the 3 protective styles would be wigs, buns, and twists. So those 3 protective styles, they're really, really helpful to like grow your hair out. And for me, like in the wintertime, the wigs have like a double function of keeping you warm. Like, let's be real. That is a very cute hat. It keeps you warm. And yeah, like I feel the breeze of the Canadian winter in a whole different way when I'm not wearing a wig. Like braids, girl, like that breeze is just hitting your soul through your scalp. Like the wigs truly do help to keep everything warm, you know? And now with the masks, like I was talking to my husband about this the other day, like the masks is another way like to keep yourself warm. So imagine you got the wigs keeping you warm up here, and then you got the mask keeping you warm down here. Like, it's going to be a really toasty winter. So, you know, that's all the whole, like, you know, silver linings in situations, right? Kamira, no worries. No worries. You are always welcome to pop in and pop out as needed. Fredalyn Myrtleus. What I don't understand that the goth kids in school never were bothered, but black kids with braids, it was a problem. Always. Always, always, always. If black kids do something, it's a problem. And everybody else seems to be able to get away with it except for black children. And you see that in like pretty much all tenets of society, which is super irritating, but it's also a good opportunity for us to make change, right? PSR 076, I was okay. I knew that what my natural hair looked like. I started relaxing in my 20s. Oh, okay. So Patricia, you seem to have had like a good opportunity to like learn your hair, learn yourself, and then kind of go from there. I had begged for a relaxer at like 7 because I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood, in like predominantly white suburbs. And so all I knew was like shiny blonde hair that was straight. And so I didn't really understand why no one really looked like me. Because like literally, I think I was like one of maybe 2 black girls. So the other black girl is like my best friend. We're still friends to this day. But yeah, like the neighborhood is now super black, but like that neighborhood was predominantly white, and those communities made you know that you were the other and not the majority. Like it was so bad, you guys. It was so bad. But yeah, so I was pretty much like I had a perm for as early as I could get it. based on begging and just sheer irritation to my mom. Like she never ever wanted to do it. And when I finally went back natural at the ripe age of like 2021, she was so happy. She was one of my biggest supporters, which has made it so much more easier. Okay, so let's see. Fredolin Myrtleus, I hated my hair and I'm still trying to get used to it. Absolutely. That is a totally normal thing to go through. And I think the fact that we have the internet right now, we have the Curlfriend crew, we have variations of this all over the net, all over YouTube, all over Instagram, social media, period. It makes it a little bit easier because it's like those images of Eurocentric beauty are being as the only type of beauty is being challenged because you go on Instagram, you go on the internet, and you just see so much more of it. And even in real time, like you see so much more natural hair in its big, beautiful, shining glory. Like I absolutely love it. Love yourself. I did. I think because my family loved it. And at the time my sister was going through radiation. Oh, chemotherapy. Love yourself. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope your sister is well and doing much, much better than she was during that time frame in her life. But that makes sense. Given what you said, that totally makes sense. Fredolin, hey girl. Trini CBR, I liked it. I transitioned. I was a straight natural for a few years. So when I decided to stop straightening, it was stringy. But after years of no heat, it looks so much better and I love it. Yeah, you know what? It's amazing the transformation that natural hair can make once you start to take care of it. Like, I really did think when I first went natural that my hair was going to be thick and plush and like pretty much like Natural 85. So you can imagine Whitney. So you can imagine my dismay when I was like trying her styles out on my hair. And I'm like, why does it look like that on me? And it looks like that on her. Like, what am I doing wrong? And it took so long to realize that like, we just have different textures. She's got thick, coarse, natural hair. And I've got fine natural hair, and it is what it is. They are both beautiful, and they can both grow long, and they can both grow strong, but one type just deserves a different type of like a different type of regimen than the other. And it's kind of funny because like even fine natural hair rocks. Like I was talking to a friend about this. So shout outs to Julie. I was talking to her about this earlier today about how like fine natural hair rocks was never meant to be this. Like, you guys, this was meant to be a personal platform on Instagram for my personal pictures about my personal hair growth journey. And it just exploded into so much more. And I'm so happy for that, which is why I always say, you know, it's a Curlfriend crew. Because like we literally just like naturally flourished into like a Curlfriend crew. So love you guys lots. Shout outs to you guys. Shout outs to every last one of you on this live right now for, you know, blossoming with me and growing with me and being a part of this hair journey. It makes it so much more fun. But trust me, trust and believe. Yes, Fredolin, you are definitely, I agree with Patricia 100%, PSR 076. Fredolin, you are definitely in a safe space and all truths are welcomed here. Whether it's a up, a high, a low, whatever, it's all welcomed and it's all loved because yeah, there's nothing but love here in the Curlfriend crew. I knew I had fine hair. It was always fine and long. I'm okay with that. That's gorgeous. Honestly, fine hair can be so beautiful once it's taken care of properly. Like whether it's short, whether it's long, whether it's medium, it doesn't matter. It can be beautiful as long as it's taken care of properly. And that's one of the things that I think us here in the Curlfriend crew, we really push, we really support like just learning your own head of beautiful hair and figuring it out, because when you feel good in your own hair, you feel good in your own skin, everything positive naturally flows from that. I mean, we talked about interviews. Like if you feel comfortable with your natural hair, you're in an interview, you're going to perform. You know what I mean? Like you're naturally going to perform and you're going to perform well. If you're, you know, I don't know, like anything else in life, like you're buying a house or you're looking for a mate, like, you know, like maybe you're in the market for like a boyfriend or a husband or something. If you feel good about yourself, girl, like it's going to show, you know what I mean? Like it's literally just going to like, it's going to emanate out. Trini CBR, shout out to you. Not enough fine natural hairs out there. Thank you. Thank you so much. And this is why I love our Curlfriend crew so much, because you are right. I find Michelle from Fine Natural Hair and Faith has been rocking it hard. And she's my girl from day one. But you're right. There's not a lot of us, like literally on one hand. There's not on YouTube. You're right, Trini CBR. There is not a lot of us at all. And so we really got to stick together, right, guys? Like, okay, question number 3. when you were relaxed, if you were relaxed, did you have healthy and strong relaxed hair? I did not. Being totally honest with you, I did not. My hair was terrible, you guys. It was like the most disgusting hair possible. Like I couldn't wear it. And I don't mean to be negative, but and you know, it's not negative. It's an objective reality. Like I could not wear my real hair out. I would literally jump from wigs to weaves, back to wigs. Actually, no, not wigs, because I wasn't wearing wigs back then. Just weaves to braids, back to weaves, back to braids, back to weaves some more. And literally, like I don't know if you were anything like me, but I would wear my weaves, and then I would have like the little piece of leave out right here. And the little piece of leave out would literally be this long. Like it would be so broken off because not only is it permed, but then I'm straightening it to match the texture of the weave. And back then we never had these nice, beautiful, like naturally textured weaves and wigs and extensions. We never had any of that. Like literally it was like the closest you could get is maybe like a yaki texture. And even that was weird. Like they just never had it. They had like straight hair. It was very like European style hair. So you would have to force your kinks and curls to match this like super straight texture. And it just never, ever worked out well. So yeah, like my hair was really bad, you guys. I think almost immediately when I cut off the relaxer and I started taking my hair seriously, it almost immediately it went well. And you guys, if you want to check out, I actually have that Find Natural Hair journey up on this channel right now. If after the live you want to see more of that and like how my hair changed throughout the years and like what I did to get it changing throughout the years, there's a whole video about that. It's called My Find Natural Hair Journey. And yeah, definitely feel free to check it out because it totally was a journey. It definitely was a journey. Love yourself. It was nice because I had a good beautician that took care of my hair. That is golden, love yourself. Like if you can find someone who can take care of your hair in the way that you take care of your hair, you love your hair, golden. I actually never found that person, believe it or not. Like I think now I have. So shout outs to Crown and Glory and Sasha and the rest of the team, Aisha and Zermarla and everybody over there. But it took a really long time to find somebody who really cares and who really understands how to deal with fine strands. So love yourself. You are blessed to have been able to find a good beautician. You are so blessed. PSR 076. Yes, I did. I had one setback because I didn't go to the hairdresser. After this, I would go every 2 weeks and relax every 4 months. That's lovely. Like, at least you have that experience of knowing what, like, beautiful, relaxed hair looks like. Because for me, like, I never ever knew what beautiful, relaxed hair looked like. Because, like, I just never had it. I was always struggling. You know, and like the couple of times that I would go, I would be stuck with like this air length style like hair. 1 second, curl friends, okay? 1 quick second. Sorry, curl friends. I had to like, yeah, just do something immediately. But so yeah, like it was just so tough. It was really, really hard. And the thing is I was coming of age at that time. Like I was like a teenager, you know, little teeny boppers need to look cute, not want, need to look cute. And yeah, my strands just weren't doing it for me. Like they just were never ever doing it for me. So yeah, I love PSR 076. That really, really sucks that you had that setback. I'm really sorry to hear that that happened to you. But that's good that you kind of like found your place after and you were able to like, you know, kind of make it work for yourself. Whoever's new on the stream, we're literally sharing our experience right now, going from natural to relaxed hair. So like, how was your relaxed hair journey? Let us know in the curl chat. And I already went through the top 3 protective styles for fine natural hair growth, which is wigs, buns, and twists. If you want to know more details about how I did it, that's in the beginning of the live stream. And there's also an entire video about that on Fine Natural Hair Rocks called My Fine Natural Hair Journey. Fredolin, for me, it wasn't my choice to go natural. I had to go natural because my scalp is so sensitive and just for me, relaxer, the most mild form, I would still burn. Yes, girl. I used to burn like no other. Like those scalp burns, those scalp scabs. Why did I think that was okay? Like I would get scabs and think it was nothing. Like it's just a part of the process. No, getting injured for a hairstyle is not a part of the process. And I remember complaining about it. And the beautician or the stylist would literally be like, no pain, no gain. And it's like, okay, well, I don't know if that's true. Like, this is a lot of pain. And like, thank God, thank you, Jesus, that like I was able to like, you know, bounce back from that because like scabs can literally like prevent, like it can cause hair loss for the rest of your life. Like, depending on how deep that burn goes, you may never grow hair again. Never. Like it's a really serious issue. And so for me, like I'm never ever gonna be that natural who's like, oh, I'm a natural hair Nazi. And like if you're not natural, you're not a real Black woman. Like I'm never gonna do that. But at the same time, I am a health proponent and like ugh, like there's just so many terrible, terrible, terrible chemicals in those relaxers, and like they cause everything from fibroids to cancer to like, you know, infertility. Like, oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. It's just, it's awful. It's so awful. But yes, Fredolin, I commiserate with you. Like I definitely went through that as well too. With like just, yeah, it was terrible. Okay. Jazzy, my hair was really thin. Yes, same here. If you've got fine natural hair naturally and you try to relax it, you're you're gonna have fine relaxed hair. There's actually a very popular YouTuber. Shout outs to You Love Megs. She's got really, really gorgeous fine relaxed hair, and she went natural. For her, it didn't work. I think she was just too used to being like her own set regimen that just works for her. So she went back to it. But her relaxed hair is really, really nice. And I know somebody else who's got really fine hair. So shout outs to Jenny, my friend Jenny. She's got really gorgeous relaxed hair as well too. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. If you're not getting scabs, you have found somebody who can do it right, then yeah, for sure, all the power to you. But if you're like me, where your hair was breaking off and it was mash up and like it just like you couldn't even wear your real hair because it was so bad, like that going natural for me is easier. Trini CBR, I did. Even when I stopped relaxing and just started getting it pressed, Dominican Salon, it was mid-back and very healthy because I always took care of it. It sounds gorgeous. If you ever have pictures and you want to share it with me on Instagram, I would love to see it because I love to see my fellow Curlfriends thriving and striving. Even like if it's, you know, pre-natural or flip-flopping back and forth, that's the beauty of natural hair. It's versatile and you can do whatever with it. So that is amazing. Love yourself. Sorry, I have to go to my virtual Bible study. Peace to all. Oh, thank you. Love yourself for coming through. I totally get it. Enjoy your Bible study and blessings to you as well too. Fredolin, Myrtleus, my hair is almost bra strap and it's the healthiest my hair has ever been. Isn't that such a good feeling to like wash your hair, take care of your hair, deep condition your hair, and it's doing everything you want it to do? Like, that's amazing. Love Yourself says, same for me. My hair always reached air length and broke off. Yeah, like I was stuck with that little like bob, like that dreaded bob that was just like literally stuck, and it was not cute. Like it wasn't even here. I think it was like right here, like, or maybe no, it was here. It was just, it wasn't cute. It wasn't cute at all. It wasn't even a Halle Berry. I don't know what that was. Like, it was just something that the salon guy was like, here, this is how you look less crazy. That's what it was. I see some new faces. Thank you so much for joining. We are sharing our stories about when we were relaxed. So we've already chatted about the 3 top protective styles, which is buns, wigs, and twists for fine natural hair growth. So now we're just talking about natural hair relaxers and like pretty much just, you know, going through it. Fredolin, same for me. My hair always, okay, sorry. Trini CBR, my hair was mid-back length. That's gorgeous. I would love, love, love to see pictures. Kamira Jules, sorry I am in and out. No worries. No need to sorry. No need to be sorry at all. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate that. Trini, LOL, yes, those burns. How do we endure that? I have no idea. Like, what was I thinking? But the thing is back then there was no internet, right? So it's like you couldn't really tell how harmful those chemicals were. I mean, I was also young, so I was like, whatever. Like, you know, my hair is probably going to, my hair's probably like, if it could be sold on the market, then it's probably fine. And like, Now what I know, like, no, it's not fine. It's never fine. And yeah, like, people should be getting sued. Those chemical companies have been sued. So yeah, like, PSR 076, me too. I would burn every time it was a struggle when the relax was applied. Yeah. And the thing is because I have fine natural hair, and I'm sure this is the same experience for you, Patricia, it would process really, really fast, and then it would burn fast. And because fine hair in the natural hair community isn't as well understood as like thick, natural, coarse stranded hair, the beautician would just leave it on my strands and like let it sit forever, even though it was totally done processing already. So by the time it was done, not only did I have scalp burns, but then I also had like really, 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 really like flat, like wet dog flat hair with no body, no, like even putting a curl in it, nothing staying. Like, it was just awful. It was really, really bad. Naturally, TT. Hey, I'm fashionably late as always. No worries, TT girl. Thank you for coming through. You know I love you, late or not. Thank you so much for coming. PSR 076. When I saw the Good Hair documentary on the hair industry, that I realized that we were doing was insane. Chemical behind the relax. Yes, especially that part where like they did the whole like can thing, like that was actually madness. Like, I couldn't believe how it like literally ate through the can. Like, that was crazy. Sorry, I had to get my water break in. Trying to get back healthy, you guys. It's been tough. Come here, Jules. I was mid-back and you know what happened already. Yes, I know, girl. It will come back. Hair grows. It grows, it grows, it grows, and it's definitely gonna come back. I promise. Alicia Smoot Jones. Hey, girl. I went natural when I found out I was pregnant. I found that I take better of it now that I'm natural. That's beautiful. I feel like a lot of girlfriends, a lot of women tend to go natural after they hear that they're pregnant, because those chemicals are so bad for the unborn baby. And then they just never go back. Like, especially if your hair's growing nice and long and you got that extra estrogen making your hair super nice and thick. Like, it sounds gorgeous. Naturally TT. I loved my hair when it was relaxed. Mid-back, NGL, sorry. But LOL, but I did always have those scabs. It never grew past my shoulders, but now it's flourishing. Yes, your hair is flourishing, TT. Your hair is absolutely stunning, and then some. Like, your hair is beautiful, and I'm so happy you decided to go natural. It's crazy the gorgeous textures from, 3 right up to like the tightest of 4 type 4 curls. Like, it's just amazing how beautiful the texture is underneath that relaxer. Like, why were we doing that to ourselves? Like, it's just crazy. Like, Marcus Garvey says, like, you got to undo the kinks from your mind before remove the kinks from your brain, or from your mind, not your hair, or something like that. I'm butchering that. But essentially the idea was that instead of like relaxing your strands and like removing your kinky curls or your curly curls or whatever, you got to really work on your mindset first. And I do think that there is a certain spirituality, like a self-work to having natural hair. So yeah, so many great thoughts around that, you guys. Like, I could tell that like the relaxed hair thing was like, it really, really hit us differently. Naturally TT, NGL, not gonna lie. Oh, okay. Okay. I've heard not gonna lie before, but I've never seen the abbreviation. That's probably my Canadian coming out. Kamira, absolutely beautiful textures, right? Right? Like, girl, TT, yes, all the textures are amazing. Tell me about it. Like, so nice. Okay. So we are in 2020, way back when in the 70s, which isn't really that long ago. Like, I guess that was like, what, 50 years ago? Sounds like a lifetime. But anyways, back then, obviously, natural hair had like political affiliations to it, right? Do you guys think, now that we're in 2020 and, there's anti-Black racism, there's like all these like Black Lives Matters, a whole bunch of movements, do you think that natural hair is a political statement now? What do you think? I have my views on it. I don't know. I'd be interested to see what you guys think. Like, for me, I think it's a yes and no type of answer. Like, yes, no, in the sense that like, this has been a trend. Natural hair has been a trend from since, I want to say 2008 is when I started seeing the trend. So 2007, 2008, kind of around the same time where the internet started taking off, right? I want to say for that reason, no, it's not a political statement. In the 70s, it was like Angela Davis, Black Panthers, all that stuff, right? At least American wise speaking. So, you know, sorry to my international girlfriends if this doesn't necessarily apply to your region of the world. But for my region of the world in Canada, we are highly influenced by what happens across the border. Highly. Please vote, please. For the sake of your girlfriend over here, please vote the man out, please. But anyways, I digress. I don't think it's a political statement anymore. So I said yes and no initially, but I don't think it is anymore. Or in some ways, I kind of do, because like you look at certain movements, and a lot of the times it is a natural woman, but then not necessarily. Like I think it's more of a style now. Trini CVR, I was born in 1971. Hey, you're 70s, baby. I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, I guess you don't have a memory of it per se, because you would have been like a little child, like a baby back then. But the only memory I have of it, well, it's not really a memory. The only understanding I have of it is what I've seen in, like, you know, the literature, the history books, the movies, just that kind of a stuff is how I understand the 70s movement. But it does seem like it was really, really related to politics and stuff. PSR 076, yes, please vote him out. Right? Vote him out, please, please, please vote him out. They are both, like, I get it. There are issues with Biden. There are issues with Trump. There are issues with Kamala Harris. But please save the world with your vote. Like, your vote matters so much right now. It really, really matters. Cyrus Joseph, what's good, cuz? Hey, cuz, look at you. 3 lives in a row. Thank you, cuzzy. That's real support from the fam right now. And hubby's watching too. So I really appreciate, you know, my fam bam from coming out. I really, 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 really appreciate you guys. Fredolin Myrtleus, yes, I will be voting him out. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And when he loses, it will be because of people like you coming together and voting him out. He has no place in that office. I'm Canadian. I have no voice on this, but I'm hoping that my little voice that I do have right now will encourage someone to vote, because it all matters. It really does all matter. Like, it matters. Every single vote matters. Cyrus Joseph, have mad questions for you. Yes, bring them, bring them, bring them, bring them. Bring them. Jazzy, I will vote him out as well. Thank you. Jazzy, Fredolin, whoever else is watching this. Naturally, TT, you're American too. All you guys, all of my American girlfriends up in this piece, vote him out. Vote him out. Vote him out, please. Vote him out. Like, we beg of you. Here in Canada, we beg of you. Vote him out. But, okay, so here's a good question for you guys. Do you think your natural hair requires more upkeep and more maintenance than your relaxed hair? Which one do you think was causing you more headache? Or maybe not headache, because I think, like, for me, like, I've always enjoyed doing my hair, especially now that I have hair. Cyrus Joseph is probably dying of laughter right now because he remembers when I had, like, no hair. But yeah, like, I would say for me personally, natural hair is a lot easier to take care of than relaxed hair, mainly because I never ever figured it out. Like, I had no clue what I was doing. And it's not like I was, like, you know, a working professional to be able to afford going to the salon once every 2 weeks or so to get a wash and a blow dry, and then, you know, maybe again once every month to go and get my hair relaxed. Like, I just wasn't even, you know, I wasn't in that space. But now, even though I am in that space, I wouldn't relax it again. I just wouldn't. Like, I'm not looking, I don't want scalp burns. I don't want, like, short and long hair with, like, scabs. Like, I don't want any of that. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, maybe it wouldn't be that way, but I'm not willing to find out. Cyrus Joseph, I know this is going to sound negative, but I have a feeling he's going to win again. I don't know. You know what? I mean, he has a lot of supporters, and those who support him really do support him. So, I mean, November we'll find out, right? Cyrus Joseph laughed my ass off. You're wicked, eh? Yo, my cousin is so evil. I knew he was gonna be dying of laughter at that. I knew it. 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 Don't kill me. Trini CVR, not at all. Going to the salon regularly was exhausting, right? And spending the whole Saturday there, like, who has time for that? Like, now is like, you know, working professional. I'm a lawyer. I have, I don't have clients right now, but I have one major client, and I just don't have time to be sitting up in the salon with my hair. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, like, just to think that women used to have to do that, go in the salon at 8 o'clock in the morning and leave at 2 o'clock in the day just to be able to do groceries, come back and cook, and then go to bed. And that's your weekend? And then maybe the next day is church? Like, I'm not feeling it. Like, I'm not feeling it. Jazzy, yes, natural was a little hard for me. You know what? At first it was hard. Like, when my texture, I agree with you. Like, when the texture was unfamiliar to you, and like perhaps like you're trying to find products and the products aren't working and you're dealing with the two textures, and then of course you're dealing with like what's known as scab hair when you're transitioning, which is essentially like that kind of like period of transition from like the perm and whatever chemical would have seeped into your scalp, that grows out, and then your natural hair will come in. And so yeah, that's really, really difficult, for sure, for sure, for sure. But once you get through that, it's gravy, girl. It's gravy. It's amazing. PSR 076. Yes, more maintenance. My natural, but I keep it on the minimum. The maintenance is in wash day because I style it once. The rest of the week, I leave it alone. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, the maintenance, I feel, is very, very minimal, especially if you're into protective styling, and you're doing that during the fall. So like, say like you choose like braids, or you choose crochet locks, or crochet braids, or crochet anything really, or twists. You know, those things you can put it in for like once and keep it in for like a month to 2 months if you can stretch it, which is amazing. Like, once you take it out, your hair will be so long. Like, it's just, to me, it's easier. It's way easier. Now, it might not be easier if you're trying to make your natural hair look straight. Like, if you're trying to make it mimic relaxed hair, for sure it's not going to be easier. Like, it's only, to me personally anyways, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but like, to me, it's only easy. Sorry, it's only hard when you're trying to make your texture do things that it's not supposed to do. So like, keeping it straight all the time, or like, you know, forcing it to blend with weaves, forcing it to blend with things that it's not meant to blend with, like, that's a headache, and for sure would be hard. Patricia, my sister, said the same thing as your cousin. Yeah, I know. I know quite a few people who said that, but I'm praying that they're wrong. Like, I'm praying that they're wrong. Like, trust and believe. Like, I can't do 4 more years of this. Like, this is exhausting. I don't think any of us really wants to see 4 more years of this. Jazzy, I have no problem now. That's amazing. That is such an, you know what? Like, that journey is everything. And I'm with you on that. Trini CBR, protective styles are a no for me. Really? How come? That's interesting. Tell me more about that, Trini. Let me know. Let me know. Okay. So we talked about relaxers. We talked about freeform natural hair. Let's talk about locks. Would you guys lock your natural hair? I'm going to tell you that I would. I would lock my natural hair. Like, I think that once I'm able to prove to myself that I can grow my hair to the length that I want it at, I think I would consider locking my hair. Like, I think it's gorgeous. I think it's such an easy style. It's just so easy, and it's so beautiful. Like, the styles that you can achieve with it, especially like the sister locks, they're so pretty. Like, I feel like you could do with sister locks that you would want to do with your own free flowing strands. And, you know, or if you got thicker locks, that could work. And I feel like as fine naturals, we would be able to get that thick look that we're looking for. Because like, at first, of course, it's going to be scalpy. It might be super thin. It's definitely not going to look like what you want it to look like. But I've been reading up a little bit more on it, and it says that like, once you like, your lock starts to mature, it actually starts to just naturally expand. And that's a really good thing for fine strands. Like, it's such a good thing. They make Trini CBR, protective styles make my sensitive scalp itch like crazy. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Like, if you're getting itchy, there's like different products. I know Beauty Club Outlet carries like a scalp itch serum, like in case you are. See, I got itchy just talking about itching. But yeah, like, there's a scalp serum that can help protect against that or fight that. I forgot what the product itself was called, but Yeah, some people are like that. They just don't like those things on their hair, especially like the canicolon or the synthetic fibers that make up a lot of the braids and stuff like that. That could definitely cause like irritation to the skin and like itching and stuff like that. So yeah, I've heard that some people will like rinse the hair first and then do it. But for a lot of people, it really is quite irritating for their skin. So I totally get that, Trini CDR. Fredolin, yes, I want sister locks, right? They're so pretty. Like my sister-in-law and her daughter. Well, my sister-in-law still has the sister locks, but my niece, she had it, and she had it. They got pretty long actually. And she has fine hair as well. They got up to like right here, and then like I think she didn't want to do it anymore because they started like attracting lint or something. So she doesn't do it anymore. But they were really pretty. Like I think it's a very pretty look. PSR 076, you know, I never thought about it. Yeah, right? Like it's an option. Like if one day you just get tired of like the deep conditioning and, you know, the pre-pooing and like product selections and product trying this and da-da-da-da, like all of that, like maybe, just maybe one day you might be like, oh, let me lock. I mean, I personally like changing my hair quite often, sometimes every day, actually a lot of the times every day. And so I probably wouldn't do it anytime too soon, but it's definitely in the future for me, I think. Jazzy, no, I would not. Yeah, some people are just not for it. Like they're like, you know what? I wouldn't do it. It's just too permanent. I don't like it. I don't want it. I'm not doing it. So that's fair. Cyrus Joseph, I don't like locks. It's too much. And why is it when you lock your hair, it grows so fast than when you try to go natural? That's a fantastic question, cuz. So I see you're like Jazzy, you're not really down with the locks thing. Your hair grows so much faster when you lock it because there's nowhere for your shed strands to go. So like literally your strands are like everything is in there. So like usually if your hair is free flowing and you comb it or the wind blows or you're manhandling it or rough handling it, it's gonna break and things fall out. If you do that with your hair locked, it might break, but it's just gonna stay in the lock. And so it just gets longer and longer and longer and longer because it's gnats, right? Like it's matted hair. And so, yeah, that's why you notice like people have way longer hair when it's locked than when it's like in a natural state. So if you want length, which I want length, that's one way to go about it. Trini CBR, rinsing it makes no difference. Oh no, you're super sensitive then. Yeah, yeah. For you then, like, you know, it might be that you can only do like protective styles once a week. Like when so I have pretty sensitive scalp just like you. And so when that happens to me, I usually keep my hair in like the protective style of choice for the week, and then that's it. Like I won't go longer. I'll take it out. I'll wash properly with like a clarifying cleanser, do my whole routine with my shampoo and then the deep conditioner and then the leave-in and then whatever the styler or the moisturizing agents are for the week, and then literally pop it back in. But at minimum, I think you should protect, if you want more length, I think you should protective style for like a week. And if your hair is too short to protective style, like put it in a bun or something like that, then you don't necessarily need to worry about it because like the length of your hair is already at the length that is naturally protecting itself. Like really your hair starts to like break off when it gets long. So like for me, like the protective styling, like I grew my hair out with braids and wigs. So I really didn't get to a stage where I wore my little fro sometimes, very, very rarely. Because again, at the beginning of my natural hair journey, I was very much about European standards of beauty. But as time went on and I got more comfortable, that changed. So yeah, all that to say, protective styling can help you at every single stage. Cyrus Joseph, do you like guys with locks? At this age, yeah, like I think locks are very attractive. I think that they can be very, very professional, especially when they're done right. Like I don't like the freeform lock. So let's clarify something here. I'm not a fan of the freeform lock, like where it's like one big lock in the middle or like two. No, no. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when they're all the same size, you know, they're nice and kept beautifully. My brother has very, 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 very beautiful locks. His locks are like, his locks are so nice, my little brother. That's nice, but not when it's like people like freeform locks is like you go to your bed, you let your hair mat up, Wherever it wants to mat, it mats. Wherever it wants to connect in one, it connects in one, and that's the end of that. That's not the look I'm talking about. That look is not the business. No. Don't ever have anybody hear you say Fine Natural Hair Rocks said that was a look. It is not a look. Like, maybe for some it is, but I mean, if you want to get a job and work and make money and live life, like, no, they need to look kept. Cyrus, even if I try locks, my hair can't grow for some reason. My hair is starting to thin on top and I don't like it. You could definitely use like a growth oil. I see Camira and Trini are dying of laughter. Yo, it's true. Like, I don't want any, like, you know, misinformation out there that like I'm out here encouraging people to freeform lot their hair. No. Lavinia did not say that. Cyrus, no, you know, you can, there's different things you can do. So you can use like a growth oil in that spot, or you can like, I have like a, this is really nice actually to like stimulate growth. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So it's like, it's actually like vibrating. You could vibrate it in like one spot type of a thing. There's a ton of products actually. Jamaican black castor is usually really good if you're not allergic to it. Sadly, I am. If you are allergic to it, then you can try like peppermint oils that are diluted in like a carrier oil. So a carrier oil is like a larger oil. What else can you do? You can take vitamins. So right now I'm taking a vitamin to thicken up my hair and to like make it stronger. That's gonna help a lot. Yeah, there's a couple of things. Like we'll talk. I got you. Fredalyn, in Miami, they are called dookie dreads. Yeah, you see, that's just not a good, like, if it has to be called dookie dreads or bulla locks, or none of those words are attractive. Like, I don't think that's attractive. Like, if I saw a man like that, like, I just, that's not a look. Like, it's not a look. Anywho, my lovely, beloved curl friends, thank you so much for rocking with me tonight. There's a brand new regular schmegular upload coming up tomorrow. So the goal is tomorrow. If you don't see it tomorrow, then it will definitely be up on Saturday. It is the Shebe USA and Bunu line collection. So I got the opportunity to try it out, and my lips are sealed about how I felt about it, but I'm going to be doing an entire review on it. And yeah, there's some shots of like product application and everything. So I'm walking you through the shampoo, the shampoo, the deep conditioner, and the leave-in. So if you guys are wondering what Shebe USA is, there's already the first part of the review is already up on Fine Natural Hair Rocks. It's their Shebe Paste Light. Yeah. And that was like for twist outs and stuff like that. I already did a review of that. A couple of you guys asked like, oh, like what about the rest of the line? I can see the rest of the line in the video. That's the video that's coming tomorrow. So yeah. Jazzy, I have the same massager. Isn't it nice? I like it. I think it's like relaxing, and it just, I don't know, it just adds like a feeling to the day, you know? Like it's really, really nice. Cyrus, oh damn, I came too late. No worries. You know what? You were here right on time. Whenever time you can come hang, come chill. You know, it is what it is. Like, there's no expectations here. There's enough stress in life outside. We don't need stress in the Curlfriend crew too. So thank you so much, you guys, for coming. Jazzy, bye everyone. Have a good night. Cyrus, I always come towards the end. No worries, Camira. I will look out for your video. I dropped a vid tonight too. Okay, so everybody head over to Camira Jewels. She's got some really fantastic wig ideas, which is a fantastic segue from tonight's video, since we were talking about protective styling, and wigs are such a good protective style. So yeah, I'm gonna check you out, Camira. I'm really excited actually. I can't wait to see it. Okay, bye guys. I love you. Connect with me on Instagram. I make videos every single day on Insta, so let's connect there. Mwah. See you tomorrow.